You could tell it's improvised on the fly when I have no intro music whatsoever, and it's just like a minute of dead silence before I start a show. Is it lazy? Yeah, but we were kind of a bit adjoined for time tonight, but we got it now. We're set. We're good. We're straight. We're ready to go. You know what this weekend is, Ross?
Whole bunch of stuff.
It's kickoff weekend
It is.
for the DMV.
It is.
Three leagues kicking off, but most importantly, the biggest league of them all, the Owings Mills Flag Football League. And let me tell you, Ross, it has been a long off season since football has been gone for us. I'm just glad it's back, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what this season holds in the OMFFL. Before that, let's talk about last season. Last season, you weren't up there, actually. It was me up there for the most part. We went 3 different weeks. Week 1, we were up there all day. Had a lot of fun over there at Newtown High School in Owings Mills. It's a lot of good football all year. I came back a few weeks later, did some more games. We had some classics along the way. Who could forget, of course, we saw some earlier with the Madness One Motion game, the AFN Thunderbirds game, Scorpions Rampage of the regular season. You look at other games that went on while we were up there, whether it be Aftermath, AFN, or even the playoffs. Who could forget the semifinals, Aftermath, and Rampage, where it came down to the final play of the game, where Aftermath finally took the lead and never looked back from there. They won it. They got to the championship, falling short to the Scorpions. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how this season goes. You know what? We don't really have a format for this. Let's start it off rapid fire. We got someone waiting for the queue to join us. There he is, Mr. 6-time champion himself. Welcome to the show, Greg Proctor.
What's good? What's good? What's good, Joey Blaze?
Everything's good, Greg. It's that time of the year. It's football season. Can you feel it?
I always feel it, brother. I always feel it. Every day. Twice on Sunday.
Greg, well, welcome to the show. We're glad to have you on. We haven't really had a chance to speak to you much lately. The last time we heard from you was prior to Nationals, but let's go back a little bit. Let's go back to that day, the OMFFL championship. Actually, let's look at that whole season. What a run by the Scorpions. 13-0 when it was all said and done. The defense only surrendered 1 point per game all year.
Yeah, man. That's what carried us. Because, I didn't have that great of a year anyway, so I was just really riding the coattails of the defense.
Hey, they balled out, man. That was an A-level defense you guys had last season. And that defense came to play at Nationals as well. We saw how they did. Unfortunately for you, Greg, you weren't there at Nationals.
Yeah. Well, let's just say I couldn't go. The missus wouldn't let me out.
Ross knows how that is.
So unfortunately I couldn't be there with my team. But they still performed well. They still showed out.
I 100% agree. The Scorpions at Nationals, for missing a couple pieces, not even just you, Greg, a couple other people weren't there as well.
Yeah.
That team came ready to play in the A-ball circuit. I remember the intensity from that sideline during the Gladiators game as they whooped up on Johnny LaCourte, Chris Boone and company. They were hot. They felt like I felt like I was back in Baltimore, man. That was the intensity I was feeling, bro.
Yeah, man. They had the young boy third back there doing Mr. Utility, man. Probably one of the most underrated athletes that we have on our team, just because he plays all positions pretty damn well.
Yeah. And we're really looking forward to seeing just what this team can do in 2021. You look at the success of the Scorpions going back, not just even OMFFL. Take a look at what they've done on the circuit. They were the Capital Classic champion back in November 2019, B national champion a few months later. Got to the semifinals of Clash of York 2. And you look at the Nationals' performance, quarterfinals, fell short against a very good Punishers team in that quarterfinal matchup. But I feel like if the Scorpions had all their guys there, I think it could have been a much different story on day 3. This team was ready to play, and as always, the Baltimore Scorpions are going to come out.
Yeah.
What's going on with this season, though, Greg? Looking ahead, what is the plan for this franchise?
Well, stay tuned, man. We really have. Actually, ain't even stay tuned. We're in both leagues, man. We're in MAFL and trying to make it happen in OMFFL.
Under the label, I do believe No Mercy Scorpions. Where did the No Mercy aspect come in?
Well, that's some of the pieces coming back, I should say, and yeah, it basically we have enough to where we could really do some damage in A now. So there was some pieces that we were missing last year, and Aftermath. With Mel and company, they had some pieces. Everybody went down there light. Let's just say that, due to COVID stuff and probably some other things. So it was time for to get the band back together and try to make some noise here in the A circuit. We have the talent here in Baltimore to actually make some noise. So then it was just like, hey, set aside some egos. Let's actually do it. Set aside some egos. And then move on. Like even myself, like we definitely have another quarterback as well on our roster. So if I can never make it to a tournament, or if Smyree can't make it to a tournament, we always have. So there's not going to be a letdown at the quarterback position. We're also older too, and the main thing is about winning. So you got 2 quarterbacks who have won now. Granted, Smyree won the A with 7 points. And, I take the reins at B, with that. But track record shows itself that, I could do some damage in the A. So it's just a matter of the lineman. And now we have a nice rotation at line now.
I'm looking forward to seeing how this team looks, man, especially when you look ahead to not even just OMFFL, but MAFL, Ocean City, Atlantic City.
Yep.
If there is a time for this team to win a natty, the time is now.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Like, we're trying to hit up every tournament. That's the reason. That's one of the reasons why we're trying to do both leagues, because we have enough pieces to actually do some damage. So like in MAFL, for example, we're definitely having like 3 games. In OMFFL, we're trying to have 4 games in one day. 3 or 4 games in one day. Treat it like a tournament.
I like that.
We have enough players, to make sure everybody is satisfied, get their workout in, and we should be good.
So speaking of this week, you guys are not playing in OMFFL this week. You'll be at MAFL. Tell us about your opponents. I haven't seen the schedule yet. I know Kent had it posted earlier. What is going on this weekend for the No Mercy Scorpions?
Oh man, just going to do damage, man. The defense is still, we've gotten better on defense. Just because
who you guys playing against this weekend? I haven't called it.
I know one of them is Southside, and the other one is like Team Petty, and I don't remember the one in the middle. I forgot. I know we have 3 games out there, but I just look at it as 3 W's. And it's not a matter of just winning; it's just how we win. Like we're not playing around this year.
I like that. I'm really looking forward to seeing what this team can do. And you take a look at it, Greg going for number 7 in a row in the OMFFL. That's an impressive run. If they can complete this run this year, you got to think 7 in a row in one of the toughest leagues for 9.
We didn't get 7 in a row now. I'll correct you on that.
No, I'm saying you have a chance for 7 in a row this season. Yeah.
What do you mean 7 in a row? We didn't win 7 straight championships.
Oh, I got it mixed up. I was told 6 in a row last year. My bad.
No. Yeah, that was.
I might have remembered it wrong though. It's been a while, Greg. My bad.
Yeah, no worries. No, I think we already have 6 championships, not 6 in a row, but 6. Gotcha. But we're definitely going for 7. And in this short period of time, I only think that we haven't won like 2 of them since we've been back. So.
That's pretty good.
That's a run.
Since OMFFL been there. Yeah, I should say since OMFFL. Since we've been back, we've won every one. So
yeah.
But yeah. Oh yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to gelling with all the people that we have on our team. It's actually some old faces that I played with before. I know Smyree, he's just got to get used to, some of the new acquisition. Really, he's new acquisition himself, so he just got to get used to the receivers. But there's no lack of confidence in the quarterback room. So we definitely ready to rock and roll and excited. OMFFL should be tough this year though, because I know they added a couple of new teams, so it's going to make it that much harder. But I believe that we still should win. I mean,
the only way you're going to get better on the A is to play the best.
Yep.
And this season, you guys are going all over to get all the smoke.
That's right. Get all the hardware.
I like it. This is going to be awesome. We're looking forward to seeing it. Anything else you want to add tonight, Greg?
Nah, man, it's just nice to be back out there, man, seeing everybody, seeing the media out there. I appreciate you having me on, man. Like I said, man, the work that you have done for 9 Man is definitely been appreciated by me and No Mercy family. So definitely appreciate you.
Thank you. We appreciate you here at Team Blunt Talk.
Thank you, sir.
Look forward to seeing you throughout the season, Greg, and of course on the circuit. I can't
Indeed.
wait. Always a good time watching the Scorpions play.
Oh, it's going to be even better this year. Get your popcorn ready. Ready.
Oh, we ready.
Over every Scorpions game there is.
What's that? I didn't
Ross says he'll cover every Scorpions game there is. It is up to him.
Oh, that's what's up. I appreciate it. Just make sure you're there in Ocean City if nothing else.
Oh,
get your popcorn ready.
Oh, we'll be at the beach. Trust me.
All right, that's a bet.
That's the easiest one for me to get to.
All right.
All right, now.
Thank you for coming on tonight, Greg. We'll see you on the field this season.
Thank you, sir.
Greg Proctor joining us. And I'll tell you, No Mercy Scorpions playing Saturday and Sunday this year. Or playing. I'm used to around here. Sorry, it's playing 2 Sundays. We got Robbie next. There we go.
How you doing, brother?
Doing good. I keep speaking a lot, but I'll get it figured out.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Then I keep misspeaking a lot.
Oh, okay. That's all good, man.
Joe's ever beat himself up.
I gotta get my stats straight for the rest of the season. But
hey, man, it's still fresh. You're allowed to make a few mistakes. This is your rookie season.
We in the big leagues now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We look forward to it.
I am. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. But Robbie, welcome to the show. We're gonna first start by talking about the league. Any information you want to give out to anybody watching about this season?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just go over what we went over last night in the league meeting. So we decided we got 10 teams first and foremost. One of the teams, the Jets, had to pull out, but they'll be back in the fall. But we got 10 teams. So what we decided is only the top 8 will make the playoffs. So it'll be 2 teams that'll unfortunately won't make it and get a chance to play for the hardware. We decided to go with the 35-man roster rather than the normal 30, just to give everybody a chance to, get their rosters together, find the perfect fits. And I feel like it'll help, or we decided it would help teams when it comes to traveling and such, because they get the time to get their chemistry together. Because I mean, all of us know that it's hard to get your whole team out on the road. So if you have access to more guys, you know, you can get a chance to get them some work prior to tournaments and everything like that. I mean, of course, you guys will be there, so that's new this year. We'll have multiple food trucks at the field, and as everybody know, we're moving to Kenwood High School in Essex. We have 4 fields that we have access to use. We're going to use 3 of them for 9-man on the weeks that we have everybody here. And then we'll use 1 for 5-man, because 1 full football field is 3 5-man fields. And I mean, other than that, I mean, everything else is pretty much the same. We have 2 new teams this year. Elite Rebels will be there this season. Ride Out is coming up for the spring. And I think we got Elite, Team Elite. That's Josh Floyd. He's bringing the team in. You got the Bulls, which is a new team from Kevin Fields. He spent some time with the Titans, and he's been around. The young guy that's been around, but he took that leap of faith and started his own team. And the other 6 teams are, you know, the guys that have been around for a while. Oh, we got the Misfits this season as well, which is a big addition, because we know the grit and you know, the fire they'll bring out to the field. So it's 4 or 5 new teams, and then we still have the Titans, Scorpions, Rampage, our team, Venom, and then Aftermath and Renegades came together and created the Bad Boys. So it's going to be a action-packed season, because you know, if you look at the teams and how they came together, and just the balance of these teams, like Titans did a lot of recruiting. Renegades and Aftermath came together, which creates, you know, should be a pretty dominant team. You know, Scorpions have loaded up. So I mean, Misfits, you know they're coming out. So it's, I mean, honestly, like, I know Prop was just talking about everything, you know, that happened, but it may be a new champion this season. That's all I'm gonna say. So it's going to be a very fun season.
The league is certainly deep when you take a look at the teams at the top.
Can we go back?
Go back to what point, Ross?
What did he say? Renegades and Aftermath?
Renegades and Aftermath are now the Bad Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We saw the final between those two last year, Clash of York, the shootout they had in that game for championship. Yeah, I like that one too. That's going to be really interesting. Going back to the beginning of what you said, Robbie. So who were the Jets exactly supposed to be?
It was a team. It was a team we had last year. They were One Motion last year.
Okay.
And you know, they rebranded and he put, you know, try to get some new pieces and everything. But you know, it's tough when you're new and then you got a lot of young guys that you're relying on. So I mean, I'm not sure of the exact situation, but because you know, Terrell was spoke with him, but you know, I mean, they're going to try again in the fall, and hopefully they make it work, because I really like that team, and they were fast, they were young. It's just, you know, just like with any new team, it's the adjustments to learn the game, and I think that was when you come from playing high school football or real football and then transition to this, it's slight differences that people don't know or pick up on. So they had the talent. It was just getting the game down, and then they didn't really have a good offensive line. So it was just pieces they were missing, but they were definitely a scrappy team that had potential.
And you got to take a look. You got to admire what One Motion was trying to do last season and this season. They're trying to come in fresh in the 9-man flag football by playing in one of, if not the toughest league in the area. That's hard. Like we talked, like Ross, do you remember how hard it was for you and your Warriors back in 2016 to learn the 9-man game, coming over from running a wing T offense in high school?
Yeah.
What's that?
That was the old school. That's the old school go-to offense right there, wing T.
Yo, that was the offense my dad's flag football team ran in the 90s when he had his own team.
They still run it at our high school. It's like a hybrid version, but it's still wing T.
Right.
Yeah. In fact, we actually ran a variation of the wing tee out of a shotgun a couple of years ago against Ruckus and just annihilated them with it. That was awesome. Yeah, wing tee. It's a hard jump, man. It really is. Like when Ross, when you joined Washington County, it was tough for you. I couldn't. Could you imagine taking your Warriors team that season with Keith and all his friends and heading over to the OMFFL?
Dude, we're getting our asses kicked 34 to nothing in Washington. So no, I cannot imagine going down.
Having to play Rampage, Scorpions, and play Renegades after that, then Aftermath back then.
Yeah, sometimes that happens, man. When you get out there and get your bell rung a couple times, it's like, let's shut it down. We'll try again later.
Trust me. Well, I've been there too, Ross. I've been there too.
We thought it was a beer league thing. Like,
no.
It wasn't that serious.
Yeah, 9-man is pretty serious.
We were wrong.
Yeah. Learn quick.
Oh, yeah. But you mentioned Bad Boys, of course. We got Renegades, emerged from Aftermath in that one. Ride Out is coming up here this season. I think that's a big addition. They've always been up there. They've been around. I think this is actually 15 years for Ride Out coming up this season. So really happy for them and how long they've lasted over the years. They're a staple in the DMV. In fact, one of my first games I played in the circuit was in Virginia Beach against Ride Out in 2015. So,
yeah, I definitely. I mean, I'm glad. I'm glad to have the competition, and I mean, like you said, it's a big addition. And I mean, if you look at the games on the circuit when we meet up with them, and the teams are from around here meet up with them, it's always a shootout or a dogfight. So, I mean, now just seeing that on a week in, week out basis, it'll just make it even better.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you take a look at the circuit as well for this league. We did a stat a while back that the OMFFL on the circuit, you go back to the first Clash of York tournament and look at all the tournament winners. Rampage and Clash of York, Capital Classic and Maffle Country, Rampage and Scorpions won A and B. Scorpions, B national champions. Renegades, Clash of York champions the second time around. OMFFL is on a pretty good run. And then you take a look. Both Renegades and Rampage got to the semifinals back at Nationals before falling to the St. Louis squads. And you take a look at that success and what the OMFFL has done on the circuit. It is just absolutely impressive over the last couple of years.
Yeah, definitely, man. I agree. And the thing I love is that teams are making that leap to get out on the circuit. Like if you look at the Ocean City, teams that are on that list. I mean, I think we have eight teams on that list. You know what I mean? So it's good that they're getting out there, and even the young team like the Bulls, even though they have vets on that team, for them to take this their first season as a unit and jump right into Ocean City, man, it says a lot, and they're prepared to compete. They have a really good quarterback, and I'm not sure what the whole roster looks like, but there'll be a team that they'll sneak up on a lot of people and win some big games. But yeah, I mean, historically, like I've been saying it for a while. If you look at all the tournaments, I mean, generally speaking, I mean, we're going to top four. Final four is at least one of the teams. You know what I mean? So, and that's why I said every week is like a ride on the circuit because it prepares us for it.
Yeah, and that's what makes this league great is just the fact that it does have that circuit feel every single game, every single week.
Week in and week out.
Yeah.
And I mean, and if you just like what Proc was saying, I mean, if you look at what they're doing and you look at the Bad Boys, I mean, that's two teams that are representing the A, and I feel like this year they'll make a lot more noise, and I mean, they're doing it the right way. They put the guys together, and I mean, they have that family bond over there, and I think they're going to compete. I would love to see them bring home some trophies this year on the road in the A. Whether it's whichever team it is, and I definitely it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So I'm excited to see them and hopefully somebody's live so we can watch their games down in Nashville this week and see how they compete down there.
I hope so too. I would like to catch some of that action myself. I'll be, of course, out of town for the weekend, heading to Dallas.
Right.
We'll have more on that later. Looking ahead, I'm looking at the Ocean City list right now. You have a total of 4 OMFFL teams playing A bracket ball in this tournament.
Okay.
And you have Aftermath, Misfits, Elite Rebels are going to be in it, No Mercy. You have an OMFFL alumni team and the Bullets in it. Remember,
Right.
you guys had them a couple years ago.
Yep.
Then you take a look at the B. You got Titans in there. You got Rampage in there. You go down the list further. There's the Bulls. And then, of course, there's your Venom squad, Robbie. Let's take a look at that. You remember last season, you guys started out, you were the Thunderbirds. Name change happened toward the end. You scored a playoff win on FOE, but tough matchup in the quarterfinals against the Scorpions, especially once the rain started coming down. Your memory of last season for Venom in the OMFFL?
Last season it was our inaugural season in a sense, like it was our first time with the merger. So it was a lot of getting to know each other, and a big part of football is just chemistry and trusting the man beside you and everything like that. But we did, we're in the middle of the road team. Like you said, we got that playoff win, and then we landed the Scorpions, and we weren't ready. But coming into this season, we're going to be the same scrappy team. Coming out with a season under our belt, we worked on our schemes and things like that. So we'll definitely be more competitive, and of course, just like everybody else, the goal is a championship. So that's what we're aiming for, and we're going to take it one game at a time.
I'm looking forward to seeing how you guys do this season coming up. It'll be the first time you guys had played. We have you actually over here in the 4th state back in January for the second round of the 4-state fours, where you took down the Killer Bees and the Tri-State Spartans on the way to the championship. How much work do you guys been able to get in since that tournament?
We practiced pretty much, like every week the first couple weeks after the event, it was either raining or cold, and then we had some snow. So I think we were off for like 3 weeks after that, and then we jumped back in and got to practice. But no, we've been practicing, pretty consistently the last few weeks, or the last few months, should I say. And, ironed out a few wrinkles. Of course, we watched the video, a few times just to see what we needed to work on. No disrespect to the Spartans, but for us, it was uncharacteristic for us to give up that many scores. Last season, I think only the Scorpions and Rampage scored multiple touchdowns on us. So it was weird, but at the same time that we just knocked the rust off. We didn't go to nationals this year, so that was our first time playing.
I'll tell you, I would really like to see a rematch between you guys and the Spartans in Ocean City if that does happen. Because
I'm all for it.
Yeah, we just had them over the weekend actually in KFFL. They got up to a hot start in that league. We're looking forward to seeing how they do. We'll have more on that tomorrow night. But for tonight, let's take a look at that week 1 schedule you got.
Yes, sir.
Let me go ahead and put this on screen real quick. This is what we got. We got 6 games this week from the looks of it. So that 12-15 slot looks like it's not filled. So is this the final appearance for it?
Yes. So it'll just be those 3 games, those 3-time slots. Because initially we had the Jets in there, so we had an extra hour. So I had to remove them, and which pushed us back an hour. So we'll start at 9 a.m. It'll be a short day because you got the Misfits down in Texas, Rampage and Scorpions and down in Maffle. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but and the Ride Out needed a bye week 1. So we had 6 teams still here, and this is what we got.
So take a look at the schedule starting at 9 a.m. Maryland Titans versus Elite. Should be a really good one to start that morning. Been following the Titans for a while now. They really reinvented that offense at Nationals, bringing in Doc as starting quarterback. And I thought that was a really big move for them. They got to the quarterfinals with that, and they looked really good all weekend. That offense played some of the best ball I have seen it play in years. So looking forward to seeing how they come out, as well as seeing Josh Floyd for Elite and how they do.
Yeah, I mean, the Titans, like I said, that was a good move getting Doc over there. He's an old wily vet. He knows the game. I mean, when I started playing 9-man, that was my quarterback back in 2006. That was my quarterback with the McKenzie Tigers. So I mean, I love Doc to death. He knows the game, and I mean, they have a lot of weapons. So I'm sure that offense is going to be very efficient. And then on the other side with the Elite, you got Josh Floyd, who's played arena football, college football. So he knows the game as well. And he can throw the ball damn near the length of the field, and he's fast as hell. So he'll get out the pocket, and if he's getting pressured, he'll extend the play, stretch plays, and make that big throw. So it'll be, I think, it'll be a good game. So we had to see what happens.
The other game going on at 9:00 at that time will be Bulls versus the Elite Rebels. TJ Holston and company in action. Looking forward to seeing how they do. They're a team that I don't think it's talked about enough in the DMV. I don't think they get the talk like a lot of the same teams around here do get, because they don't play usually in any of the leagues. Some of their guys were with the WAC Rebels last year at Maple, got to the championship, fell short, but they went and merged in with BC Elite to form Elite Rebels. They were down at Nationals. We just posted earlier a very competitive game they had with the NTB Wolfpack. And you've seen over the years, yeah, you shot that one, Ross. Yeah. But you take a look at what they've done over the last couple of years. Back at Charm City Classic 2019, they reached the semifinals before falling to Renegades. And then you take a look at Clash of York 1, semifinals again before losing to Rampage. Didn't really see them at Worlds, but then the next year they came back, Clash of York 2, quarterfinalist, fell to Aftermath, and that's quarterfinals matchup. And of course, Nationals this year, they got to day 3. I want to say they got to the quarterfinals, but I might be off on that. I don't have that in front of me, but really looking forward to seeing what this team can do. That's a team that I feel like doesn't really get as much talk as a lot of the other teams in the DMV get. But I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that under that team name, they really haven't played in the league very much lately. Of course, we mentioned WAC Rebels last year, Maffle. I do know BC Elite was trying to play up here, actually, but they ultimately decided not to. And I think they were trying to get in OMFFL too, but it was too late for them by that point. That's what I heard, at least. Glad to see them there this year. They bring a lot of good bump and competition. Looking forward to this game of Bulls at 9 a.m. After that, we have the 10 o'clock kickoff, 10:05 to be exact. Robbie, you and Venom, you got a tough draw off the gate, man. Bad Boys to start the season.
Yeah, man. It'll I mean, I already kind of know what to expect as far as assuming I haven't seen them yet, but assuming they have the weapons that I believe they have, it's going to be a very potent offense. And with those guys, the leadership they have over there with Dave and Mike and Scarborough, Smoke, and Coach McKenzie, it's a lot of football knowledge, and I'm sure that team is going to be competitive. We're just gonna have to fight, man, and go down swinging. But we're gonna bring our A game and do what we got to do, and let's see what happens.
The other game going on at the same time will be Titans against the Bulls at 10:05. Something tells me that's going to be an old school flag football slugfest. That's going to be one of those defensive trench wars that everybody at the end of it is going to need to go to bed immediately after they're done.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, the Titans again. You got another veteran team, and then you have the Bulls. Younger team, but they have some. Like I said, they got a good quarterback, good pieces. Um, so I mean, I definitely won't sleep on them at all.
100%. I feel like it's gonna be a good game. It's a small lineup for Sunday, but it's a good lineup for Sunday, especially when you get to these 11-10 games. You got Venom and Elite kicking off at that time. You're going back to back, Robbie. Your impressions on Elite going in?
I mean, again, that's a team. You don't know what to expect. Like I said, we know what Josh is capable of. We just got to keep him in the pocket, keep the pressure on him, and then offensively, we just got to be efficient, move the ball, and limit the mistakes. Win the turnover battle, we win the game. Never counting us out. So the goal is 2-0.
I feel it's gonna be good, man. It's a tough draw. You got to go, and it's one of those cases. You got the harder game, in my opinion, to start the morning with, and I feel like that's going to have you all battle tested for the Elite game at 11-10. Because if this bad team lives up to its name, it's going to be bad for a lot of guys.
No, I definitely feel you, man. Like I said, we know what they bring, and we just got to come with it.
And then after that, we got what I feel like on paper, that has to be the game of the week, man. Bad Boys and the Elite Rebels.
On paper,
you got to think the combination of Aftermath and Renegades against the combination of BC Elite and the WAC Rebels. Ooh.
Yeah,
that's going to be a good one. That's going to be awesome, man. I'm really looking forward to that game.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Definitely the game of the week. And, TJ, good quarterback. Then you got Jaleel, another good quarterback. So, I mean, it's going to be a shootout. I think it'll be a high-scoring game.
So they're going with Jaleel for starter. I like that move. I watched Jaleel last year in that Clash of York championship game against Aftermath, and he looked like he could play on the 8th circuit with the way he was dropping bombs out there.
Right.
He had a phenomenal season in his first year as a starting quarterback.
Yeah, he definitely did, man. He did a lot of things. I mean, this is me assuming. I believe that's who the quarterback is. I haven't talked to anybody or as far as their roster goes, but I'm from the outside looking in. That's my assumption. With Doc leaving Aftermath, so unless they, Dave knows talent, so we could be surprised, but I'm pretty sure it's Jaleel.
I think it's still going to be great no matter what, with how much talent you got between both of those squads. And we saw firsthand all that talent facing off against each other last year in York. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they could do together.
Very interesting.
Yeah, that game's going to be good, and I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Well, I know you're looking forward to. Well, we're both looking forward to the weekend. Ross, your first chance at OMFFL, man.
Yeah.
You're going to be kicking us off at 9 a.m. We'll have details later on about what games we'll have for you. Let's take the screen off for now, though. That's a schedule for week 1. 6 games total. We're looking forward to it. Anything else you want to add tonight, Robbie, before you get finished with the show?
Oh, man, not really, man. Like I said, I'm thankful and looking forward to you guys for being here this season. And, I'm appreciative of all the teams that are up here this year. And, we're definitely in looking forward to some great football.
I'm looking forward to it as well. It's going to be an awesome Sunday in Essex. Now, the forecast not looking very promising. What can we know about the potential of when the games could be called for rain? When would that call be made?
Generally, we do it at like 6:30 in the morning, the day of. Unless Saturday is like a damn monsoon, then we would call it the day before. But generally, we wait till 6 a.m. The benefit we have this year again is that we have 4 fields, which gives us a little more flexibility to move things around. And the AD, already told us like the practice field and the lacrosse field would be the ones that, like, if it was wet, we could would be better to use in that situation so we don't mess up the main areas. Um, we'll make that call at 6 a.m. But hopefully we can kick off this weekend and get rolling, man.
I'm looking forward to it. This weekend, Kenwood High School, Essex, Maryland.
Sounds like some interesting matchup.
It's going to be great, man. I'm really looking forward to it. Robbie Sparks, thank you for joining us tonight. Anything else you might want to add before you get off?
That's it, brother. Thanks for having me, and appreciate you for doing this. And I'll let you finish up and get some more faces on here.
All right, man. We look forward to seeing you very soon.
See you Sunday.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
You too, Robbie. Robbie Sparks joining us. Just had the guest drop out, actually. Looking around the rest of the league, of course, as mentioned, 14th will be off this week. Scorpions will be playing down at Maple. Greg mentioned that earlier. He mentioned Southside and Team Petty as two of their opponents. I really think it's going to be that Petty games is going to be, they're always going to bring the hype. They're always going to bring it.
Decent team down there.
Yeah, they play pretty well. We'll have more on them perhaps later on when we do our OC coverage. Then you take a look at Rampage. Rampage is also off this weekend from OMFFL. They're going to be down at DC playing. I don't have their opponents on me offhand. But we'll get a glimpse of them, of course, in week 2. Misfits are doing something a little different than what everybody else is doing. They're going to be heading down to Texas, Cowboy Stadium, bro. Cowboy Stadium. Misfits, they're going to bring in the OMFFL banner. They're going to come to Cowboy Stadium, seeking to bring back a 5-man championship.
They're just doing 5-man, right?
They're doing 5-man down there. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they can do. Yeah. I'll be down there for that one, man. I'm really excited. I've never been to Cowboy Stadium. I've never been to Texas. It's really weird. Really weird.
I've always wanted to go to Texas.
Some other time. I'll let you know.
Let me know if you want me to replace you. You want to swap 5. I'll do it.
We got you this weekend, Ross.
I've always wanted to go to
Got unless someone's trying to jump in real quick. Oh, I know. We got another guest coming on right now. He don't have his webcam on yet. There it is. Microphone's connecting. Do we got him? Yes, we do. Mr. Josh Floyd, welcome to the show.
Thank you, man. How you doing, man? Thank you for having me, man.
Doing good, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. Just working, just, what I'm saying, enjoying the content, man. Let me get myself together so people can see me.
All good, man. All good. We just saw the schedule on your end. But first, let's talk about a few things, Josh. Last season, you were on the 410 Ravens.
Yes, sir.
I actually just watched that playoff game with AFN that you guys had back in last November. So what's different about Elite? Is this some of the Ravens guys coming with you? Is this your own thing coming up? What's different about Elite compared to what the 410 Ravens was?
Whole different team. A lot of the guys, from the 410, from the Ravens went to the Bulls. Some of them went to the Titans. Some of them went other places. So, I took the time. Last year I came in new, just was trying to find a team to play in. I had just moved up here from Virginia. Like I said, that was my very first time playing 9-man was in the Virginia Beach tournament with me and my friends that I had an 8-man team, and we just played 9-man, and it was actually fun, and I enjoyed it a lot. So moving up here, knowing that kind of this where
what year was that, by the way?
It was actually 2 years straight. I played with we changed the name. We was Elite in 2000. It was the very first time I think they came to Virginia Beach. I can't even think the year. We lost. Well, I just know we went to the semifinals the first time I played it, and we lost to the Rampage, and they ended up winning the championship.
Yeah, I don't know what year that was off the top of my
No,
head.
no, no. Matter of fact, they lost to the Blazers in the championship in the B
Oh,
division.
okay, okay.
That year they lost to the Blazers in the B division, and like I said, we coming in new. We had like that time that I specifically remember. We don't really know the 9-man rules. We had several touchdowns called back because the flag was on backwards, and just really not knowing the ins and outs of the rules. That was our first time playing that whole weekend. So for me as a quarterback, it was kind of different to have just guys play line and not focus on like play 8-man, you throw to the linemen and stuff like that. So actually to play a game where you actually I feel like I'm playing quarterback and you know what I'm saying, and the big guys just blocking. So it was like it was fun for me. But based off of the Ravens and my team, I have a whole new team. Shout out to Robert for helping me recruit guys, different guys, and just guys just want to grind. Um, he had his own team before. He's 18, you know what I'm saying? He started his own team. So he did a lot of recruiting for me. Like I said, I'm new around here. A lot of guys uh have their own teams and so it's kind of hard to say, hey, come play with me, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a new team and guys just really want to, you know what I'm saying? Most guys play with established teams. Um, and which you gotta respect that. So the guys I got, they committed, so we go rock and roll with it.
Yeah. So looking at this squad coming up, you got a lead. Um, what's new about this team? Like, what are we? What should we expect to see out of this squad compared to
Honestly,
what you've had before?
what I had before is a maturity. The biggest thing is maturity. I got a lot of guys that's, not saying anything about raise. It was a young team, a younger team, a lot of younger guys, 21, 22, fresh out, you know what I'm saying? Just out there playing. Um, but this team, I got a lot of older guys that's like, that's been played. Some guys have played a lot of 9-man different places and, played a lot of football, period. And just a maturity factor. That's just the biggest thing. Um, haven't had much work practice wise. Of course, had a few scrimmages, but whether, you know what I'm saying, hitting there, tried to get in the little, try to get in the tournament that you guys had, but it was full by then. It was taken. So just matter of fact, I beat like Sunday is gonna be, you know what I'm saying, legit the first time we get out there just as a team. So I'm looking forward to that, the challenges of that. But like I told them, it's still football. And the IQ part is a huge factor. Got a solid D line and O line. That was the first thing I went for. It's a lot of new guys and like legit guys that play line. So that's the biggest. That was my biggest concern. So I got that out early. The skill position take care of itself. You can find guys that can catch and run with the ball. But so that the newest thing is just the maturity factor, and it's a whole a brand new set of new guys that's hungry to play.
Your opponents on Sunday, Maryland Titans at 9 a.m. You got a legend across the field from you and Doc. How? What are your thoughts going into this Titans game against a very experienced team with a QB that's extremely experienced, to say the least?
Um, with Doc, I like from what I've seen and what I've known, Doc could go put the ball up and he's gonna put it in places where the receivers can make plays. He gets the ball out really quick. You know what I'm saying? As a guy that's, you know what I'm saying, that you get that a lot with guys, a veteran guys that know the game. So, it's gonna be one of them games where uh I actually when I just seen it when I first started watching the live when you're talking to Robbie, it popped up. I was actually excited, you know what I'm saying, to get a game with some guys that, against a team that did very well nationals, um, very well nationals, and they're a solid team. So it's like I want to see, for me personally, I want to see what type of guys I got. So for me, we gonna go in there and ball. And that's that, and that's what I told the guys in the chat that we have. We go in there and ball. And what I'm saying, you can let the chips fall, but we go compete every game. And at a level that guys don't even I put it like this. They don't know much about our team, and that's good. So that's the dangerous part, because they don't know what I'm bringing. I have a lot of talent. So for me, and this is the first week, and going against him, I just, like I said, we just go play, and I know what he likes and what he, what I'm saying, certain things that I know. Seeing him play a lot of games, like you just say, I watch, just like you, I watch a lot of your games that you post, and just the ins and out of the game. Knowledge of the game is really important. So just knowing some of the things that he liked to do, so hopefully just try to take those away and make him feel uncomfortable in the pocket, and hopefully get turnovers here and there, and we go handle things on our end on offense. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a good game, and we go compete, and we're playing to win the game. So I mean, and that's just how it is each and every game for me.
Second game coming up, 11-10. You got Venom. Your thoughts on Venom coming into this game?
This is a game I actually wanted. More so on a personal level, because you know, guys chat here and there, talk trash or whatever case may be, and what I'm saying, people come tell me certain things, or so I wanted that personal, and I'm saying, wanted them personally, week one, because I feel like if one of them things, you doubt somebody and what they can do and what they're trying to accomplish. So let me show you a little bit. I went out there, tried when I first got here. Actually, I was going to play for Robbie. One of my friends was playing with the Venom. He tried to get me to come out there, so they told me, "No, we don't want you," type thing. So that's cool. That's how I ended up with the Ravens, more say so. And then like I said, like I really, what I'm saying, look forward to that matchup. And I definitely, what I'm saying, we will take that game as a first note and get that win. That's just how I feel.
Mm, it's gonna be an interesting game after hearing that.
Yeah, man. Like, and the crazy part is, it's like that every game I'm taking like that, because a lot of guys, they doubt. What I'm saying? Oh, what? Oh, he's not gonna, like, a lot. Like, I just put it out there. A lot of guys came to me, that I talked to, and a lot of guys I tried to recruit. They was like, "Well, no, I ain't. We got to roll with you because we heard you're not gonna have a team. What I'm saying? You're not gonna be able to. What I'm saying? Get a team and stuff like that." So when I hear those things and people send me screenshots of what people say, so it's a lot of, it's a fire. It lights a fire up under you that a lot of people don't got. So what I'm saying, a lot of guys don't like to compete against, like, what I'm saying, some of the top teams, but I embrace all that. I want all that.
Josh Floyd wants all the smoke this year in
But yeah,
2021.
and then like the fact that for me, like I told the guys since and I was kind of like, like on the end of, like, excited, because they said only taking the top 8, and the goal is for me is to make the top 8 as a first year team. So a lot of, I don't know who could be out. I ain't gonna say who could be out, but it ain't gonna beat us.
It'll be a race to the finish. That much is for certain in the OMFFL.
Yeah, like when we had that meeting last night, and somebody said, yeah, make it more competitive, because each and every week, I ain't no taking no weeks, so ain't no taking no games off now, because what I'm saying, you take games off, some here and there, a game could cost you going down the line playing in the playoffs. And anything goes in the playoffs. Everything resets. So by that time, you gelling and everything like that. So what I'm saying, anything can happen. So you just want, at the end of the day, now you want to you're playing to make the top 8. So if you get in that tournament, and then that playoff tournament, and then what I'm saying, the cards go where it go, you just compete every game. So that's a great thing about the league. I like that aspect of things. Make guys really want to compete and play hard each week.
I like that too, man. And it's realistic. Like some leagues, all teams make the playoffs. We've seen that before firsthand. And when you do that, it somewhat devalues the regular season. And not every game means as much. You can go 0-10, make the playoffs, and just win 3 games, and that's all you needed.
Facts, facts. That's the same thing. I seen it happen at home. Like I said, I played in Virginia, and we had an 8-man tournament, and the team that won the playoff championship game actually only won 2 games out of 8 the whole year. And then in the playoffs came and played totally like they played lights out and won the championship. Shit was crazy.
That's the thing. Like, people, I think, do forget that in leagues like that where everyone makes the playoffs, your regular season games aren't about winning and getting somewhere with it. It's just all about feeding, placement, and practice. It's all
and getting better.
Just a practice
basically
reps.
That's what I'm, and that's a perfect example. If everybody made the playoffs, you're basically going in every week to try to get better, to see what you're gonna do and what works and don't work, and you basically watch teams to see what get better. I mean, see what tendencies they have. So then in the playoffs, you just go full out. Cause think about it, I think it was a few games I seen like certain teams ain't had like but 10 guys come to the game or 11 guys come, but then playoffs come, they have a sideline full.
We've seen that before in other leagues, man. It's a strategy a lot of teams do. You never know how good a team really is until that postseason hits. We go back to last season, and WAC Rebels were 1-7 entering the playoffs, and they almost won the league.
Whew, it's tough.
It's one of those things, man. Like, what you got to have, if you have a system like this where only a certain amount make it, it makes everything mean something. Every snap suddenly means something.
Yes, sir.
Every drop, every catch, every throw, every pick, every score could be the difference between watching it live on Facebook and being there on the field.
Yes, Matt. That's just like I feel like the us doing that this year puts us in the same bracket. It puts you in that mind frame like national. Everybody doesn't make it to Sunday. So what I'm saying, you can go down there and fuck around. Your 3 games that you play, and you play your 3 games, and all of a sudden you take a game off or something, and then something happened, and now you're not making it to Sunday. So you don't went to Florida just for vacation, like you just said. Now you're watching it live, going back home.
Yeah, absolute fact, man. Absolute fact. Anything else you want to add tonight, Josh?
No, sir. I mean, I just listen. I'm just ready to ball. Ready to shock the lead and show him that I mean, the name I chose is the name I had back at home. So, I mean, it is what it is. If you play with me, you got to be elite, talk trash, do what you do, and show people hands down why you elite. You know what I'm saying? And then there's flag football. And I love the game, period. And my team, the team that I got, they love the game. So, yeah, it's gonna be a shocker to people that see like, oh, what the hell? Like, he went and got his own team, man, and this is what he bringing, and it's something fun and different. So, it's gonna be real fun. And then I heard, just like I just watched Robbie say, yeah, you want to keep him in the pocket. Half the time, people don't even know I like passing the ball, period. So I don't even have to do the running thing. I do that when necessary. It's okay. I'm really excited to play. I'm really excited about both games this week.
We're excited to see what you and Elite can do on the field, Josh. Looking
Yes,
forward
sir.
to this upcoming season for you guys. I don't have it on me. I believe you guys are registered for Ocean City, correct?
As a matter of fact, that's the thing. I just talked to guys now, and we're seeing like a lot of guys had to work, so I'm trying to see what they can do and what. So if I like this week, I should know something for a fact, and I just send you the deposit for it this week. If I can get more than that, like if I get half the team to go, I'll go, and I can feel something. And the crazy thing is, a lot of the guys from Virginia, that I did play with, will be on my roster since it's so big. Since you can have 35, so and they're willing to come play, you know. a little 9-man. They like 9-man. We had that down in Virginia Beach. It's kind of tough to get guys to buy into the 9-man. So, but a few of my, a few of the guys I played with back at home, they actually enjoyed it. So, yeah, it'll be great to see that. So we go work it out, and then I'll let you know this week. I just want to let you know, keep doing the great content for flag football, man. Because without y'all, y'all make flag football way more interesting and fun and exciting to do. You know what I'm saying? With stuff like this and the recording of the games and commentary, it's great. You don't get that. You guys something else to for entertainment purpose, man. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very, very much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Josh, for coming on tonight. We
Yes,
look
sir.
forward to seeing you on the field this upcoming weekend. Doubleheader, 9 o'clock against the Maryland Titans, 11:10 against Venom. We're looking forward to it.
Yes,
Good
sir.
talking to you tonight, Josh. We'll see
Always.
you
This
Sunday.
weekend. Yes, sir.
All right. Josh Floyd joining us. Anyways, anyhow, anywho, let's go ahead and take a look at the matchups. Don't believe we have anyone else calling in. Of course, the link is in the comments if anybody wants to try to jump in. We do have an update on the status of one of the players in the league. Last week, as it was said, Dirt Boy Lurie, as you know him, Mr. Todd Combs, was diagnosed with the coronavirus. He was hospitalized on Thursday. We were talking to him earlier about coming on tonight. However, he says he is not going to be able to get on because he is being discharged from the hospital.
Nice.
So, Lurie getting better. He's almost 100%. We're going to try to have him on the extra yard tomorrow night with Keith Giles and I. So, looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing him back on the field. Looking forward to seeing this Misfit squad. We'll see them in Dallas on Sunday and Saturday. I'll have them. And, of course, a week later, they'll be back in the OMFFL. So, looking forward to that. Let's take a look at the games this week, of course. 9 a.m., Titans and Elite. Bulls and Elite, Rebels on the other field. 10:05, we got Venom and Bad Boys. Titans and Bulls on the other field. Venom and Elite at 11:10, and then Bad Boys and Elite Rebels on the other field. Let's try to do some predictions to the best of our ability because it's a whole new year in the OMFFL.
Yeah, for the most part.
You look back at it, I mean, the number one team is back in the Scorpions, but now you got this oddity in that number 2 and number 3 emerged.
Right.
And then number 4, of course, Rampage. They're around. They've lost some pieces from last season.
I just read the other day what the hell happened to Rampage.
They're gonna. Hey, don't count out Steve Winter yet.
I'm not saying.
There's a reason Winter is.
I'm not saying.
There's a reason Winter is in his last name.
I'm not saying I have counted them out. I'm just saying I read the other day. That's all I said. That's why I added that part.
We'll see, man.
I'm not saying I'm counting them out. It seems like they are being counted out, but I would never do that. Never.
But you take a look at that, the top 4 teams, out of those top 4, number 1 is back, 2 and 3 have merged, 4 is coming back.
But even you keep skipping over the fact number 1 has added some.
They've added some pieces too. Yeah, that's the that's what makes this season interesting. And then you take a look at the rest of the teams coming into this league. We're gonna see what the Misfits can do. Entering this season. You know, last year, Regan went out there. He came over to Hagerstown with what was essentially a Beltway all-star team. And they came in there. They won the league. This year's a little different. He's not going to have a lot of those pieces he had with Misfits last season. But he's bringing in reinforcements. You and I both know that. You and I have both seen and heard what this team could be, and they pose a threat in my eyes to the Scorpions. a major threat. You look at some of the teams who were in the quarters last year. Maryland Titans, they made it to the quarters. They got the new reinvented offensive Doc at quarterback. The old man, as he showed at Nationals, he's got some new tricks.
So let me go ahead and say that because I told that dude, whoever commented or whatever, that he was going to hit Doc. And trust me, I saw Doc get hit at Nationals. The one game I covered, I saw him get hit.
Yeah.
And he got right back up.
He got right back up. I saw that clip.
Let me go ahead and digress a little bit. He was dropping dimes as he was getting hit.
Yeah.
That's my whole point of that's way easier to say than to execute.
Exactly.
That's why I want to say that before I say it's way easier said than done. It's way easier said than to be executed. I'm pretty sure you have to hit him damn near every play.
And even then, he's been around the block for so long. You might
start getting to him by the fourth quarter, but you might not.
That's the thing about Doc, man. He's been around longer than a lot of these players have been alive. And I'm looking forward to seeing how that Titans team looks of him. You take a look at the other teams from the quarters last year. Venom made it. They keep getting better. You know, they started out with Robbie and the Baltimore Hawks. They merged with the Chargers and what was left of the Raiders. And they went out at Worlds. They got to day 3. They fell just short to the NTB Wolfpack. And from there, they went out and
it was a badass team.
Yeah, they rode together. They can play. They definitely can play. The other teams from the quarters last year, Grimies, they're not back from the looks of it. AFN's not back from the looks of it. You go down to the other 2 teams from down there. 410 Ravens, they're out. And, of course, FOE is out. So very top-heavy in this league, especially when you add Rideout and Misfits. And then you throw in Elite Rebels. Shoo. Man, oh, man, oh, man. What a league, bro.
All right, let's do predictions.
Let's do predictions. Titans Elite, 9 a.m. kickoff. Who you got, Ross? Might want to come a little closer, just saying.
Titans.
You got Titans, okay. My man's across the room with no microphone on. My bad.
Loud and proud.
I gotta buy one for you.
100%.
You got Titans. I'm gonna go Titans too, man. Like I said, they showed a lot to me at Nationals. That offense has been revitalized. It's been revolutionized. It's a different attack. I think you got to give a lot of credit to Locke for stepping down, going to tight end, and letting Doc come in and do his thing. That was a big move. That took a lot. That takes a lot to do. And it paid off in a big way. I think it's going to pay off again on Sunday. I got Titans over Elite. The other game at 9 o'clock, of course, the Bulls versus the Elite Rebels.
That's interesting.
It is, but, man, I think the Elite Rebels are just too good right now, man.
Yeah, I usually like to disagree with you just for the sake of disagreeing with you, but I'll have to agree with you on that one.
Yeah, man, we've seen what TJ Holston and company can really do out there.
The Bulls, I really have no clue about, to be fair.
We haven't quite gotten a glimpse of them yet. I've heard some things about them in the off season.
I'm sure I've seen a couple of their guys here and there. But
yeah, we'll have a better idea on Sunday.
As the Bulls, so.
Yeah, but of course, on what I know from what I've seen, I'm going to go Elite Rebels here.
Yeah.
You go over to 10:05. You got Venom and Bad Boys. No disrespect to Robbie and Venom, but this Bad Boys team is coming to play.
It's an interesting merger.
It is, especially after you watched the two play each other at Clash of York last year.
Yeah.
Like, the potential that could be there. It just also depends. What's the rosters look like? Who came along with the merger? But with the veteran leadership they have and the amount of experience that leadership has, this has potential to be a very, very, very good team. And with all the talent they have, they should not fail. But the question is, can they win a very deep league? I think they'll win this game with Venom this week. I think they're just too loaded against Venom.
I was gonna say I've seen mergers like this happen before, but I think this one is gonna work out.
I think so too. Really looking forward to seeing how that goes.
I'll just go with Venom on this one.
You're going with Venom?
I disagree with you on one of them.
Oh, okay. Just say you want to disagree with me.
I think Bad Boys are gonna take it, but I'm going Venom.
You think Bad Boys, but you go Venom.
With the experience of actually being a team together.
All right.
Can I make that sound?
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say.
Sure.
Like how the Warriors had experience together when they played AFN the first time 3-4 years ago.
Hey, in the Warriors' defense.
I know. Next topic. Titans Bulls. Titans Bulls. That's going to be a good one.
I'm going with Titans.
I'm going to go with Titans too. I think Titans pull off a sweep that day.
I agree with Titans too.
Like I said, they showed a lot at Nationals to me. That was something a lot of people wonder. Had the Titans hit a point where they weren't going to be able to compete in a high caliber anymore? I've always said that they are always competitive. They're not a slouch. They're not one of those teams that you could just sleep on.
Definitely cannot overlook them.
Yeah, they'll come out and they'll punch you right in the mouth. Yeah. And they'll go from there.
I've covered a lot of Titans games.
Same.
And I like them.
One of my first tournaments I did was Hagerstown 2016. And I was there when Maryland Titans took down too much talent
and this is no
in the semis.
To Locke, but Doc being the quarterback might have been the piece that they had been missing.
I think it's a nice changeup. You know, Locke's been there for a while, and I think Doc coming in gives a new look to the offense. You talk about a guy who's played flag football for a long time.
And you can definitely utilize Locke in other positions.
He did. He was very good at a pass catching tight end. Like he definitely did well there. The Doc and Locke connection.
Yeah.
I like it. Final games of the day. We got Venom and Elite at 11-10. This is going to be – you heard the words that Josh Floyd said about Venom. He's coming out with a personal vendetta in this game. He got rejected by them, and he feels like he's got to show something to them on Sunday. Tough game, man. It's a hard one to call.
I'm going Venom.
I'd say I like Venom too, man. Like I don't know what the quarterback situation is between Chris Wright and Robbie, because we did see both of them at the 4 State Fours. We saw Chris Wright in the semis in Greencastle. And then later on, we got to Hagerstown. It was Robbie.
Right.
That's a long story for a whole other day. I'm looking forward to seeing what they got. You know, like I said, Venom did a really good job against that Spartan defense that had a lot of talent on there that day when they took on Venom. We'll see how it goes, though. I think it's going to be it's a hard one to call, man. It's not tough. I don't know what Josh Floyd has. He says he's got all these friends from Virginia coming up. Who are they? 8-man guys? Can they come compete? I mean, we saw what an 8-man team from Virginia can do to a league. I don't think it's going to have that kind of impact, though.
I don't think it's going to have that kind of impact, but that is funny that you said that because your write-up was, from today, right?
I did make that write-up today about that same team, but I do feel like this is going to be a really good game.
It's definitely not going to be one of those because just for the factor of they're not playing the Warriors type of team.
It won't be the same as that team. But, of course, like looking at this squad, I think Elite, there's a lot of talent in Virginia, man. Virginia runs deep. Josh has a lot of connections down there. A lot of football.
This could be a whole different part of Virginia.
We don't know what they got. That's what makes it tough to call. I'm going to go with what I know. And what I know is Venom can win this game. I'm going to go Venom as my safe pick here. Because like I said, I don't know enough about Elite.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's fair enough. Venom safe pick.
Yeah. Final game of the day. If this is the main event, I can tell you already, you're filming this one.
Oh, 100%.
Bad Boys and Elite Rebels. Woo! Remember, Aftermath did take on BC Elite last year at the Clash of York, and that was a very competitive game between those two in the quarterfinals. I think this one is going to be no different. If you want to talk about a circuit game, you got two A teams facing off on Sunday at 11 o'clock in Essex. I gotta tell you though, I think Bad Boys take this one. No disrespect to the Elite Rebels. You got the Rebels?
Yep.
Ooh.
Just for that merger, just starting to truly get to know everybody. I don't know though. I feel like it's almost like Bad Boys, almost like a Renegades offense and Aftermath defense type of thing.
Is that what you're thinking you'll see?
Essentially.
I think it's going to be interesting.
I want to add essentially.
To me, this is like a tag team match. This is Aftermath and Renegades teaming up to face off against BC and the Whack Rebels. It's going to be a matter of which team could gel better.
Right.
That being said,
that's
remember, the Elite Rebels, they played at Nationals together, and they did give the Wolfpack all they could handle.
I was there. I watched it.
I remember you were there.
I watched it from Maryland Center.
I think this is going to be good.
I'm mad at our boy Skinny that day.
Good old Skinny, man. Shout out to Skinny.
Like third quarter, he looked at me and finally was like, "You're Ross, right?" I was like, "Yeah."
Good times. But even better times to come. We're going to go ahead. You know what? We're going to go ahead and announce the games that you're going to be covering. Here's what we got for you. We got Bulls and Elite Rebels for you to kick off the day. Then we got Venom and Bad Boys. And if it goes the way a lot of us are seeing it, that's the perfect setup to a Bad Boys Elite Rebels game at 11:10. I think this is going to be good, man. This is going to be great. I'm really looking forward to this Sunday in Essex. I think this is going to be hyped for real. 100.
Let's just hope the rain holds off.
Let's hope that rain does hold off, man. Jesus. The worst part of waking up on a rainy day is when they say it's canceled and you just woke up at 6:30 for nothing. But let's hope for a beautiful day of football, not just this week, but every week in the Owings Mills Flag Football League. It's about to be lit. It's going to be legit. I'm looking forward to it. Ross Collins will be your host Sunday morning, Kenwood High School, Essex, Maryland, Owings Mills Flag Football League. Till then, I'm Joey Blaze for Ross Collins saying good night here from the studio. We'll see you this Sunday in Essex. Good night, everybody.